So we have the next question now. CKS practice question number 3. The CIS benchmark tool was run against the kubeadm created cluster and found multiple issues that must be addressed. As you can see, CIS benchmark is nothing but a tool that comes from CIS, and it is named kubench in Kubernetes. They are providing a lot of softwares uh, like some of them are scripts that you can run on your platform, your machines, and it identifies if any issues are there with respect to security standards. Um, What it identified here that there are few issues that you need to fix. So there can be multiple issues that you might see like this that you need to fix in the exam. So, as you can see, fix all of the following violations that were found against API server. Ensure the hyphen hyphen authorization mode argument includes RBAC. So this is what you see here are three main components that we have picked here: API server, kubelet, and etcd. Now, what we will do here is we will just go with one of them. For example, API server. What should be the approach? How you would find out that this is to be changed and where to be changed? To find out what is to be changed, you can go inside the documentation and just say API server authorization mode, for example. Here you will find that, see, webhook is there, for example. So you can choose the one which has, information about, as per the question, you see, RBAC and node are there. So authorization mode using node authorization planning. So just move to this example. And yeah, you can also search again within the documentation. I don't really think it's much helpful. Let's go to another one and try to find out. Here you can see we have multiple options available. Now there are like multiple solutions that you can see. So authorization mode, option node, that's what the question says. Also, it should have RBAC. If you see in the question, RBAC is first task and second is node. Authorization mode should include RBAC and node both. And what we see here, that we can specify both of them like this. Authorization mode equal to node and then comma and RBAC, like as it is. Instead of webhook, we'll use RBAC. Now we have identified how to do it. So now if you want to know where exactly to find out from, I mean, where exactly is the location where we are going to modify it. So there can be only two places normally. One is your YAML file of that port, which is running API server. Second can be a config file. But in our case, what we will do, we will just check. First of all, we will check as an graph-r. I need to be root authorization mode. Again, let's just say etc. etc has etc directory has all the files that are related to configuration mode. Authorization mode, I'm trying to search it. You can see I found out this file has this information already. What I'll do now is sudo vi, and because this file is supposed to be my target file, I'm editing it directly, and I could see that authorization mode is available here. I'll do here node and uh, as we have seen in the documentation. See, in the documentation, you can see RBAC, ABAC, node. So we have changed it now. As per the question, node and RBAC. Let's see if there is any space, right? That also should be checked within animals. There is no space, right? You have done it right. Now, save. Saved, it automatically restart this. You can see you get codes -n Q system. Okay, right now it's in down state because all the configurations were changed by a script. I'll give you the script in the description section. Once we fix all the issues, it should start working again. But just to let you know that since it is there in this directory, everything that comes under this directory is a persistent daemon set or stateful set or you know all the services or the ports that are there under this defined under this automatically they restart and they will always be running as long as the system is up. This is done. Now second question is node and RBAC is done. Fix all the following violations that were found against kubelet. So now kubelet has anonymous auth, for example. So you can again go inside this documentation and just go back creation kubelet. Just say anonymous auth kubelet. So you might not find this thing, exact information about it, but for the authentication authorization, you'll find something related to. Uh, so let's see if we have no. It's not much meaningful here. Whether this anonymous auth kubelet. Just trying to give you a hint how you can actually tackle something that you don't know. So see here, kubelet has these documentations, and you can also check. See, customizing kubeadm API, anonymous auth false, kubelet and proxy configuration. Here you can see them anonymous false. Not sure if it will be available. All of this will be available, but I mean, documentation wise, I see these are related to some user queries that we see. We'll have less time in the exam. So we'll only focus on kubelet. Now, since it's not much that we can see, what I'll do is I'll just sudo and find name kubelet. If I try to find kubelet, I can reach to this varlib kubelet because this directory, if you see, kubelet doesn't stay here within this directory. This doesn't have kubelet in it. So you have to depend on some other configuration where where exactly kubelet information is available. So you can see all the files related to kubelet. And here you can also find config.yaml, right? Get inside this config, and here you can find authentication. Within authentication, you will find anonymous enabled true. That's pretty simple, right? Or false, right? You should say it's enabled to false. Now, another thing you will see, authorization mode is always allow, which should be actually webhook. So what you can do here is instead of delete this always allow and just say webhook, right? That's what the question says. Now, once this is, you can see you have compliant, you have ensured that authorization mode argument is set to webhook and our anonymous auth is set to false. This is also achieved. Now you'll have to restart the service. So you system city to do. You can check the status if it is running and in a healthy state or not. It's in healthy state. We have changed it. Is there in the question. Now, next is check HCD and ensure auto TLS argument is set to true. Now we know that our, you know, all the HC directory related information can be seen here because it's a port that we have. So I will go inside this. VI and I'll try to look for auth. Right? Auth. As you can see, auth is here, one auth, which is set to false. Clients are, which are actually related to TLS or SSL. Here you need to make sure. Now, that's it. Now, you don't really have to do anything. Since we have fixed all the issues, it should be up. You get force F9 Q system, and you should see some words here coming up. Let's see. Yours. Let's give it some time. Get force. Still down, it seems. Or you you see that my code came up just after I modified it. Again, my HCD is running now. There was some glitches that we have fixed. Now, if I want to see whether this has my information or not, I can just say get out and name it this. Let's say 4. And let's just say it's in the post from OEM. I need to make sure it's in QE system, right? Should be QE system. Not the you should be able to see that certain auth is set to true. But that completes our third question. I mean third ask as per the question. You might see some variation in this question, but you can tackle it based on. But it will always be about Kube API server, kubelet, and HCD. You know how to find the files. You know how to where to find the config files. You know where the documentation is located and what to locate in the documentation. I guess this was informative. Thank you for watching. Okay, bye.